everybody, and welcome once again to the UnLearnT podcast. I am your host, Ruth Abigail, aka RA, and this is the podcast that is helping you gain the courage to change your mind so that you can experience more freedom. And if you couldn't tell by the giggle you just heard, we are going to have a lot of fun today.
Take two, baby.
This is take two, y'all. Like, if you've been rocking with us for the last 3 years, you remember this voice and this face of Savannah Brister. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
You were number. Were you the first episode? No, you were the second. I think. Like you were the second. Yeah. You were 1 or 2, man. Like
I said, whoa, we are jumping in the deep end.
I mean, you came and you were like, sure, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. We're gonna do something. Let's do it together. Like, that's crazy. That was 3 years ago, man. We were, I don't know. We were talking about personality. We talked about people pleasing.
We did. We totally did.
We did. How you doing with that? Sure. Very good. Yeah, understood. I totally understand that. Totally understand that. Well, man, it's good to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And we are, so you're coming back to talk about your generation. This is going to be fun. And I always forget. Yes, very much so. I ain't gonna lie to you. I always forget how far apart we are in age. I think it's either because you are older than you really are inside, or I'm younger than I really am inside. I think that it might, because I am a 12-year-old, and it's so we kind of meet in the middle. And I always forget, but you've done so much, and you have just you have this maturity about you, and this discipline, and this drive, and this determination to say I'm going after this thing. I'm going after what I want. It's wild. So for those of you that don't know, she is a recording artist. She is all in on music. Savannah, how old are you? She is okay. You've been doing music for how long professionally? Okay. So yeah. All right. So you're just weird. Okay. So yeah. That's insane. So, as far as, so we talk a lot about Gen Z, and people talk about, what do you hear people talking about, y'all? How do you hear them talk about people your age?
Young whippersnappers. That's, no, definitely not that. Two sides. I think there's one side where people are like, oh, there's this really cool generation coming in, and they're excited for life, and they've got creativity, and they've got ambition, and they're rolling, and they love the Lord, and blah, blah, blah. And then there's no middle. There's a completely other group that's like, these fools are going to take us down. End of the world,
mm-hmm.
And we didn't raise them well, so we're all screwed. So it's literally, everyone's great, y'all suck.
That is honestly one of the most accurate descriptions that I think I've heard. That, you're not wrong. It is either I'm so excited about this generation, or we are in trouble.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, I've been on both sides of that argument. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really depends on who you're talking to. I mean, there are some people in their 20s that you're just I don't know how you're gonna make it in this world. I don't understand. I don't know how. And I really hope you're okay. And then there are some that's who are you? Where'd you come from? You, who are you? How are you here? Right. I think that's really interesting. I think that this generation I think one of the things that people find it hard to understand about this generation, and tell me if you agree or not, is that the level of things that they are exposed to, that it really, they're so far ahead of, in a lot of ways, knowledge wise, right? You kind of come into the world with so much more knowledge than any other generation we've ever had. And yet, of course, like any younger generation, the experience just isn't there yet, just because of time. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You haven't lived when you're 15. You haven't lived a long time, but you know more than any other 15-year-old has ever known. How do you manage that? Yeah.
We know. I'm so glad you brought that up. I think I think a lot of people, there's just so much more information than I think the Lord ever meant for us.
I agree.
There's so much more. It's very overwhelming. And so, yeah, I just think to have people that are older than us to have the grace to understand, whoa, like they didn't go outside and play for 6 hours a day. They are stuck in a room staring at 50 other people that are doing life so much better than them.
Wow.
And it's just a lot. It's just a lot to take in. I don't know how, if you aren't incredibly mature, I don't know how you can handle it. So it's just hard. I have made so many jokes. One of these days I might, about throwing my phone in the pond.
Sure. Yep.
And just getting a flip phone. Because half of me is like, you're like, I'm addicted to it, but I also don't want it.
Yep. Yes. 100%.
I wonder if I'm the only person. I'm not my grandma, but I'm like, I don't even. I heard a story of him. He like literally just lets people email him at this point. He doesn't let people call.
That's
text.
That's amazing.
It's like, here's my email, and if you really know me, you know where I live.
Oh,
so just
that's. I have all the respect for that. When I get home and I put my phone in my room on the charger, and I just go away. It's just like, I just gotta go away. I don't want to know. And if like my husband, I'll just say, hey, if he's not home, it's like, hey, like, just so you know, my phone is not next to me. Like, so if it takes me a while to get back, I'm okay. I'm good. I just don't have my phone. Right. But because it's so freeing, it's too much. And I didn't grow up with a phone, right? I didn't grow up with that access. So I feel like there's a piece of me that's trying to get back to what it felt like to not be that. But for people who are in your age range, there's no real knowledge of that, right? Like, it's been technology, and that's been so it's weird. It sounds like you're craving something you've never really even gotten a chance to experience. That's weird. That's gotta be weird.
I just got a real alarm clock for the first time in my life, because it's always been this.
Wow.
And I finally was like, I am trying to like do what you did and like putting it in a different room, and I always had to sleep next to it because who's gonna get up without it? And I got a real alarm clock, and I've been plugging it up in my kitchen and leaving it. It is, that alone is life changing.
That's
I don't wake up
huge,
next to it.
Savannah.
Dude, that's
huge.
It's step one to me throwing it in a pond.
So it just takes so much discipline to do that. Like, to be able to say, I'm going to get a real alarm clock. What triggered that for you? Like, what was it? Was it a particular moment that was like, I can't do this anymore?
I've been going down so many health rabbit holes lately. And I was hearing about the EMF exposure on our phones, which, goodness, like, we could go down that rabbit hole too.
Hold on, first of all, what is EMF? I don't even know what that
That's
is.
A good question. I don't know what it stands for.
Okay, great.
Electromagnetic fields, maybe?
That makes sense. We'll go with that.
I'm going to pretend that I'm smart right now. I'm really not. We both know that. But apparently, the closer this is to your body, the worse it is for you. And so they're saying it's messing with our sleep because all of us are sleeping next to our phones.
Oh, and that's true.
It's getting it, like, it's just really bad for us.
Oh, I'm freaked out now because I totally do it. I fall asleep watching stuff on my phone. This is bad.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can send you stuff. I
don't want to know. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Live in oblivion.
Nope. Oh man. But see, okay, the knowledge thing. So like you find this information out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right.
But it's not bad because it's like, yo, that's good to know. But at the same time, who wants to know all that? Like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, well, okay, hold on. That's really you know what though? Let's talk about that because if I what's the term? Crash out. If I hear that one more time, I'm going to crash out. I've come to hate that term, but that is a term that I hear all the time. Like that is the new term, like crash out.
Yeah.
Like I'm done. I can't take it. I gotta be totally honest with you. Some of the things that I hear people say they're gonna crash out about is like, really? Is it that bad? Like, I know that sounds terrible, but I just it's just so interesting how the hairpin is so it's so thin. It just takes very little, right? What? Talk to me about that. Do you experience that? Like, is that something you?
I think there have been moments. I'm gonna talk, like, we're gonna get vulnerable. I'm gonna talk from my own experience.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy in this day and age to, like, you're working, you're doing 50 different things. You go home, you throw on the TV because you just want to shut your brain off.
Yeah.
And I think there's a level of that that's okay. And then I think there's a level of that can get unhealthy when you're like trying to numb every other thing out there. And I did have a conversation with the Lord. There was one day my brain was just like just 50 different places. I had my phone out. I had my laptop out. I had the TV on. And I felt the Lord like, you should just turn everything off. I was like,
man,
you're right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just a lot of information overload. No matter if it's good, bad, fiction, it's just a lot of information. It's a lot to put in our brains and for us to hear and see. And then I don't know about you. I know for me, quiet is hard. It's so hard to sit and quiet and just let it be. Like, if I'm trying to get some quiet time, I'm gonna want to throw on some instrumental music. And the Lord's like, why do we need that?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We just listen to nothing.
Just nothing.
Just let it be.
It's hard. That's hard. It's not easy. I find it harder when I'm still and quiet. Now I can be moving and it be quiet and I'm good.
Yes.
Now being just still and quiet, that's definitely hard. And I don't find myself doing that very often. I tell you what, our mutual great friend, Megan, who's been on the podcast several times, Megan Broadstreet. Y'all know her. No, Megan Steele. I'm wrong. She just got married.
I say the same thing. She's still Megan Broadstreet. I'm
about to say she might still be that in my phone. But she had us. She did a silent retreat. She did a retreat with my staff at Angel Street. Did she tell you about that?
Tell me about this. Yes.
And for the first kind of like activity we did, one of the first big activities we did was a silent retreat. And so we did 5 hours, 7:30 to 12:30, and we had to get up, couldn't go to sleep. It's 5 hours, and we were all in the same house. Wasn't that big of a house, but it was a nice space. We're at a lake house. You couldn't. Yeah, phones had to be away. You couldn't talk to each other for 5 hours.
A long time.
It's a long time.
It's a
And
long time.
I had most of my team is under 30. So they're around your age. And when we first told them that, boy, they rebelled. They were like, oh no. Like, no, what?
Absolutely.
To do what? There's no way. Like, they're freaking out. And I kind of prepped Megan for it. I was like, I don't think that they're gonna take this well. Like, and so, but she did a fantastic job and really like set us up for it and all of this. And by the end of it, I mean, we had people in tears. People had written songs. I mean, really good songs. You know, people had I mean, we had several tears. I mean, just forced to think about things that you drown out all the time, right? And to deal with stuff that you don't normally want to deal with. And it was really a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful, vulnerable moment for the whole team. We all were just like, it was it was hard, but then it became refreshing, you know? We just took the girls on a retreat last week. And they kind of last minute came up with they were like, instead of doing one of the activities we're going to do, say, you know what, instead of doing that, why don't we do the silent thing with them? So the same ones who were not happy about it led teenagers in doing the same thing. And it was really cool to see that. Really beautiful. And we didn't do it for 5 hours. We did it for 3. And gave them a little bit more leeway because, you know, they're 15. It's a lot. But it was the same response. Like, and I just it's gotta be hard, especially in like this stage of life. Like, you got so much energy, you know, you're going after what you want. This is the time. This is the time to do all the things. But you also have to slow down and you have to be quiet, right? Like, how do you manage that at this stage of your life? And what is it that you feel like older adults need to understand the difficulty of that? Like, we like to advise younger adults on a lot of stuff. It's like, you got to do this, got to make sure you do this. And it's sometimes, I know, you know, right? You get it all the time.
Oh yeah. All
right?
the time.
And that's not parents. Yeah. That's not just parents. I mean, parents are one thing,
that's
but
strangers.
All the others, right? Everybody wants to tell you what you need to be doing, right?
Everybody.
But it's like, how do you, like, all right, cool, guys, but this is what you need to know. Tell us what we need to know.
I think I used to, at one point, have I would sing at Hope. I would sing at Hope Saturday nights, do rehearsal, sing, Sunday morning, rehearsal, sing, and then I would have a 4-hour gig on Beale Street right after. And I didn't know how to communicate it at the time. That was around, I think I was 19, 20.
Yeah.
Never, ever will do that again.
Yeah.
But I remember I would always hop in the car. Granted, I have done so much output and input for 48 hours. It's been like constant. And I know I'd always get in the car because I'd drive with my parents to Beale Street. And immediately my dad would be like, asking me, it's like a freaking talk show. Oh. And he's just asking me 50 questions. And I would get to this point where like, I can't talk anymore. Yeah. I don't have anything left to give you. Like, I don't even have a voice now, right? Yeah. And I think I went around the world to tell you that I think, again, to just have grace for like the amount of information and output that's happening all of the time for people my age. If all of us are performers at this point. I mean, everyone's on it. On a phone. So and true. Everyone's dancing and doing their thing, and it's just a lot. And then you post whatever you're going to post, and you sing whatever you're going to sing, and you leave, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do this right. So-and-so said this didn't look right. And you have all this negativity in your brain. Then at the other side is having tons of positivity. So then you're like, crap, I got to do more of that to like please the people. Again, the podcast. I got to go back and listen. And so it's just too much. So I think I really love to see.
Come a little closer to the mic.
Hi. I would really love to see like some space and grace for just understanding this looks completely different than it did 20 years ago.
Wow.
It's a completely it's flipped. It's done a 360 or a 180.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I can't.
It's 180. You're right. You got it right.
It's 180. So I don't know. I think yeah, I don't know. I'm probably rambling.
No, I think that's so good. So how then is it, because you have people that, okay, how do you like receiving? What is your preference in receiving information? And what I mean by that is we all have to learn. I mean, like learning. So like to your point, I mean, yeah, you're always, it's like, yeah, we're always getting this. And so you have real people, right? So you're getting all this information. A lot of it is coming from devices. Is that okay? Then you have real people that you also need to be receiving information from, because, life and, and learning and experience and relationships and all this stuff. So what would you say? It's like, okay, person in their 40s who I highly respect and want to hear from, this is the best way to get it to me.
I do. I find myself listening to a lot of podcasts because it's something I can do on the go. I don't have to watch it. I can listen to it in the car or when I'm doing stuff around the house. And it feels like a little bit more productive than like listening to music.
Yeah.
Something else. So I'm just like, okay, I'm getting something done. I'd say podcasts are like you're gonna find a lot of people my age there.
Yeah.
So that would be a good space to, like, if you have wisdom to share, just go for it. You're gonna have an audience. I'm a grandma, so I'm here for the face to face.
Yes.
But I know not a lot of people are like me. I'm weird. So
I don't know. I think a lot of people are starting to be like that for real. Yeah.
My mom gets mad at me all the time because I always FaceTime her instead of calling her on the phone. And she's like, why do you want to look at me? And I'm like, it's your face. Yeah. I like seeing your face.
Yes.
I really...
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I say that. I don't read a ton. A little bit. I'll listen to audiobooks.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's good. I think it's good for people to hear. And I think it's also important that older adults need to unlearn that younger adults don't want to learn. Like, that's not the truth. It's not that they don't want to learn, but it's different. Like, and you have to go about it in a different way. I want to go back to the performer thing. All right. I want to talk a little bit about where you are in your career. Okay. Because you are living the dream that a lot of young people, especially young people that I deal with, who want to, and young girls who are interested in the arts and they want to do all the things creativity wise. You're living the dream. You're doing that. You're doing it. You're doing it. And you're doing it. Like you said, you started when you were 14, 15. So the last 10 years you've been on this path, and to your, very different than when I was 14 or 15, and I would have, if that was the path I was going on, I mean, we're talking about night and day difference. This is completely different, right? And so within 10 years, this journey of becoming a creative and sharing my talent and gift with the world, entrepreneurial, all this stuff, within 10 years has just completely changed. I just, and we're seeing it all in real time. I think that's one of the biggest shifts, right? We didn't with I'm trying to think of somebody, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I guess, is around my age at this point. When he first came out, we knew him and we saw him, but we didn't see his journey in real time like that coming up. Bow Wow, that was my guy, right? Mm-hmm. We are about the same age, right? We didn't see Lil Bow Wow like all his, we didn't see what he had for breakfast. We didn't see what his daily routine was. We didn't see him just acting a fool on the camera unless you got like a behind the scenes video that you picked up at the CD. We didn't see any of that. So he had the benefit of a private life as a performer. Right. Today, that's not a reality. You don't get a private life as a performer, or else you're not going to be a performer. You have to be out there. In light of everything else we've talked about, this is also something you have to handle and deal with, right? That's a lot, dog. Like, that's a lot. And so for those of it, I think like, especially for this audience, a lot of people either have kids or have teenagers who might be interested in that. Like, they're like, and they've been that way, or they themselves are getting out there and wanting to do certain things or whatever. And are ambitious, right? I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, you have some level of ambition. You're unlearning for something, right? So talk to people about the real, like, the behind the scenes of that life. Behind the scenes of your behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
totally. It's hard work. Yeah. Hard work. It's hard work. I think the first, like, I started playing keys when I was 7, and started singing around 13. It was a lot of practicing, and the videos on my dad's camcorder, because there weren't phones yet. Amazing. That I could show you of me butchering what I did. I mean, I'll pull it out. I teach vocal lessons. My babies are coming in. They're like, we messed up. I'm like, no, I can do you one better.
Let me show you.
Let me show you. I'm traumatized, but for you, I'll pull this out. So I think it's just, I am here for, like, being real, because all you're going to see on social media is, like, the highlight reel. We all know that.
Yes.
And there were so many mess ups and so many moments where you just fall on your butt, but that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And I think for those who are really, really wanting to do what I'm doing, you have to learn to pick yourself back up. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna get no's. You're gonna get negativity. Music is such a subjective thing. There are gonna be people that you are not their cup of tea, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But there also are people out there who you're definitely their cup of tea. And so I think it's just about being in it for the long haul. This is not a game that you're in 2 years and then, we made it. It is a long haul. And I think for those who really love it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can always tell, like, my kids that come in here and they're like itching for it. And I'm like, I know what to do with you. You have a long road, but I know what to do with you. And then there's some and others that come in and they're just like, I just want to learn some music. And I'm like, great.
Yep. Ooh. Hold on, you went out again. Hold on.
It's a mane. I kid you not. It's like
sorry guys,
so
her hair.
long.
She has a lot of hair. If you're not watching, she just has a lot of hair. Yes, you're good.
Okay, thanks. So I would just say, making that decision early, rather than later is better, because you're going to run into some bumps. So I think I've just continued to fall back on the 13-year-old girl that was like, nah, we doing this.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. It's just work.
So okay, it's work. Okay, so describe it. So like what when you say it's work, what are some of the things that have to happen? So let's say people see they might see you on social media and you've got a clip of a music video, or you have some sort of promotional clip for a show that you're doing. Or you're, you know, whatever. So like what, not just what it takes to get to the actual show or the actual video, because that, I think a lot of people, but what it even takes to get to the clip, because I think a lot of people don't know and don't understand the work it takes to get to the 30-second clip that they see. Well, what is that? I'm curious about that, because I also don't think a lot of young people understand that. Like they see you see what is there and you see like, oh, I would love to do that, but you don't realize that 30 seconds that you just saw took weeks to get to. You got to get that, and it's a whole lot of strategy, it's a whole lot of, and the work ethic that it takes to be able to do that consistently over and over and over again, because it's not just one time. I mean, you're all over the socials, but you have a plan. It's not random. You know what I mean? Like, so what does that work really look like? And then where did you get your work ethic from?
Well, I would say, like, when you view a video like that, like, for instance, we did a Limbo Land music video, which we line danced in. It was hilarious. I can't dance to save my life, but we did it, and I ended up, that looked like just us doing the video. We wrote the song, recorded the song, and mind you, that's like a couple years.
Sure.
Like, that's, like, I started writing that song like 3 years ago in Nashville.
Oh, so that's hilarious.
Some of it marinates for a while, and
wow.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So did that, and then we had line dancing lessons.
Amazing.
Yes, that sounds just like it sounds. And then we filmed, and then of course that takes another month of video editing. So it's just a long process. It's your storyboarding stuff. Like, I think a lot of these short form videos I'm seeing, these kids are putting in so much work into a 1 minute video. And it's like, if there's 50 different angles, that's 50 different times to set up the camera. And there's other people in the shot, like behind, I can just tell now watching it. I'm like, yeah, oh, this took them a day's work to make this 1 minute video.
Man.
So, yeah, it's just, I think, the more you like watch it, you can like pay attention to what other people are doing, and then you just try stuff. Like, you just figure out, you know, what works best for you, and what feels most authentic. I think we all know if you're like trying to be somebody else, it's not gonna, it doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. That's the Gen Z language. Yeah. So doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. So yeah, that's something I would say, of just like, it's just a lot of building. It's a lot of building things. Work ethic wise, I definitely say my parents, they're, both, they just really work really hard. And they gave it both to me and my brother. So we just,
you made that sound like a disease. Like they gave it both. It's hilarious. They gave it both to me and my brother. Yeah.
I mean, sure. Some of it, my mom, she'll talk to me. She's like, I did make you this way. And I'm like, you did. You did this.
Yes, absolutely. I
when
have
I'm
a feeling.
Working on vacation.
Yeah,
you know what?
That's on you. Yep, that's on you. That's on you. Yeah, I feel that. I can relate, because my that's workaholics. That's the house. That's the house I grew up in. Get it honest. It is what it is. You know, but there's beauty in that. I mean, it's important, right? You got to have that, especially to do what you do, because you're an entrepreneur. I mean, and people don't. The idea of being your own boss is really cool, but the functionality of that is very hard. It's hard. Nobody gets you up. Nobody nobody's telling you that you have to do this and at this time you have to do that. You've got to make those decisions. Or you don't eat. I mean, it's that simple. Like, and it's kind of, so who are your, like, I'm gonna ask this question and then I'm gonna go kind of deep, and I'm prefacing that because I want you to get prepared, because I have this question that I'm like, I kind of want to go there. But who do you look to other than your parents? Like, who are your role model? I don't know if quite the word, but I can't think of anything else right now. But people that you're like, when I need guidance on how to do what to do, especially in this entrepreneurial space, who do you look to? Like, who your guiding posts? Yeah.
I think from a musical standpoint, I've always loved Tori Kelly, and not just because of her voice, but I think she's carried herself very well in a very difficult industry, and secular based industry. And I really appreciate just how she's continued to stay her in it from what I've seen. She just seems very authentic. So I think from that end, that's what I think about on the music world. I think as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you know him, Gary Vee. Have you heard of Gary Vee?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to put him in my head, but yeah, I have.
I think the one thing, I don't pay attention to everything he says, but the one thing he's really done a very good job of beating into people's heads is, like, right now, especially in our 20s, it's your time to try stuff. I could stop doing music for the next 10 years and still have so much time to like reach all of the goals and do all the things. And I think as you look at people on social media and you're like, well, Billie Eilish made it at 15, so at this rate, we're done. We're not going to make it, and everything's done. And we should just quit now. I think he's done such a good job of, like, looking at people in their 40s and 50s and saying, you've got 50 more years to live your life. And I just think that's really important right now, because it does, there is an invisible clock ticking all of the time. And I feel like my other friends feel that too. I don't think it's just a music thing. I think it's an everything thing. And if we could shut that stupid clock up, man, and like feel like, okay, we have time, we can breathe. It's okay if we don't hit all of our goals in 10 years. Like we can just enjoy where we're going. So, yeah.
What's funny is that's crazy because you literally walked me right into my next question. No lie, because that's exactly where I wanted to go. Was what anxieties come up when you think about hitting your ceiling too early?
Oh, so let's say we're hitting the goals, but hitting them.
I mean, you're moving so fast. Yeah. So to your point, Gary Vee and a lot of people, it's like, hey, yeah, you got so much more time left, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you're doing things that take people, well, you've already been in it for 10 years, right? You started off so young. And it's like, yo, when you get to, let's say 10 years from now, I mean, imagine where you'll be, but you'll be younger than me even. It's still crazy. Oh God, I don't like saying that out loud. But it's like, you're headed in this successful way. And it's like you said, that clicking, that time clock, the clock is ticking. And is what comes up in your mind when it's like, I'm on the path to hitting these goals in the next 5 to 10 years. What next? Like, what do I do? Like, I mean, do you ever think about that?
I love that question. No, I'm really glad you asked me because I need to have that perspective more often. I'm like, oh, we're actually doing all right. Like, it's okay. I think I lean more. I'm gonna need you to write that down for me. I think I lean more on the line of like, I'm like, oh crap, we're running out of time, and who's gonna? I mean, that's a great perspective. But I'm like, I'm at my house typing and sending a handful of different emails with a fake manager that I created because no one else is managing me. So I'm like, okay, she's available. And I think my brain is like, oh crap, we're running out of time. But I need people like you in my life to remind me we have time.
Man, you have so
we're doing
much
great.
time.
There's so much time.
There's so much time. And I think this is also something, because I identify with that. Like we're joking, and yeah, I'm technically 14 years older than you. Blech. Okay, so but I, let's be clear, I do not feel like that. That's fantastic. I do.
Welcome to Savannah's life. Adrenaline life.
I do not feel like I'm that much older, but I've definitely had that same mentality of like, I remember when I turned 25, I was like, oh my God, I'm running out of time. I mean, and I wasn't doing what you're doing. Like, I was very much regular, right? So, and I'm thinking to myself, what, and then as I get, the more I begin to get uber accomplished, right? I mean, I just uber, just like, okay, I'm going. And when I look back and I think about even starting, when we started Angel Street, I was 27. And that's so weird to think about. But it's like, I wasn't 30 yet, and I was a co-founder of an organization. And now it's 10 years later. Actually, I was younger than that. I'm lying. I was like 26. And it's 12 years later, and we're getting to the point now where we have this growth and all this stuff here. And it's like, I'm not even 40 yet. Like, and there's been a lot of things that have happened. I mean, this just in my own story, where it's like, you have really done a lot of stuff by the time you get to this age.
Yeah.
And I think it's been in my mind, and just kind of helping even myself to like, you got time, like, slow down. And just wondering, like, okay, if all of that happened in 10 plus years, at 10 years, all of that happened in 10 years, and this is where you are in 10 years, give yourself another 10 years at that same pace. It's like, I'm going to run out of stuff to do. I don't know what else I would even do, and I think that's where my mind sometimes goes. And so I'm just curious as to, it's like the basketball player, he gets drafted and you get you're a millionaire, multimillionaire at 21. And by the time you're 30, you're retiring.
Right.
What am I going to do? You've got so much life ahead of you, but you've also lived so much life, right?
Yeah.
And I was just curious, like, does that ever cross your mind? Like,
I will say, I think I know me, and I want to do like 50 million tours, and I'm for as long as I can.
Yeah.
And then I'm like starting to wrap my head around, like, when your girl has a family, I don't want to be home with my babies.
Yes.
And I've really started thinking through that. I'm like, ooh, I really don't want to be going absolutely crazy when that season comes. And so I really love writing, as you know, and I've already been working with some fantastic people here in Memphis and out of town that do a lot of sync licensing.
Absolutely.
And it's like a perfect job at home that I can still continue to do what I love, make great money, probably way more than touring.
Yes, absolutely you will. Yep.
And so I can see me doing that. I've thought about, like, that would be like our like family season, where I can still see tours happening, but like those first 5 years with those babies.
Oh yeah.
Mama's home.
I know that's right. Seriously.
Mama's home.
Yeah.
So I've thought about that. And I don't know if I've ever really thought about a ceiling, because I'm always going to be that person that's going to like raise the bar higher.
I love it. Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's a healthy thing or not. But I think I would always, like, if I hit that goal, I'm going to be like, okay, next year we're going to
Yes.
And like,
yes. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
So, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, I'm one of those weird people, like, my goal list is, like, 2 pages.
Yeah.
And it will be crossed out, and there will be new ones.
I believe that. I have no doubt about that. No doubt. None. I think I love that we're having this conversation. I really think that it's important for us to understand about Gen Z that the bar was I'm reading this book right now, The Science of Scaling, and he talks about the floor, like raising your floor as opposed to your ceiling. And so how when you raise your floor, you automatically level up. And it's basically, your standard just becomes higher and higher and higher. And so when you do that, it's not so much about the ceiling, it's about the floor. And so it's interesting, because I think what a lot of people may not realize about the Gen Z as a generation, and I don't want to be general, but they're coming into this world with a higher floor in a lot of ways. Yeah. Right? Because because again, the knowledge is there. So there's a lot of, I'm not doing that. Or that's not, I know I don't want to do that. I know I don't want to do that. I know I don't want to do that. I know it. And a lot of the floor, raising your floor, a lot of times is knowing what you're going to say no to, what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And when you have all this, when you kind of are preset with this knowledge, you kind of know, that ain't for me.
Yeah.
This is a no. That's a no. This is a no. That's a no. And so you kind of, if you have all the other characteristics, the work ethic, the maturity, all this stuff, and you go for the thing that you want to go for, you're going to be pretty close to your ceiling just because your floor is higher. Right?
You're right. Yeah.
Right. And so it's just, there is a, now that's not going to be everybody because everybody doesn't have all those filters, and they're not going to do it. But for those that do, and so I think it's important that people unlearn about this generation, that they aren't, it's like, no, they are truly capable of doing more things better and faster than any other generation we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be great. I think it could be great for the world, and really tough for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we don't have enough empathy for that. I don't know. That's what I feel.
Good. You spit bars.
I don't know about that. Bars. I don't know. I don't know. This is what I'm going to one of our students at Angel Street has a few of them are in a summer program, and going to their like debut tonight. And they're debuting, I think, a music video, and they're doing like a tiny desk kind of thing. I mean, they're super talented, man. Like they're gonna do some real cool things. And I want the people that deal with them to deal with them correctly.
Yeah.
And don't make assumptions that aren't true, because they're going for things, and they're going to skip a lot of steps, because that's just the generation we have. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. What do you think?
I'm totally, I think that's great. I love the thought of like, the floor is raised, totally for us. Like if you think the picture I thought of when you said that was like bringing in social media, like it used to, you'd knock on 50 different doors to get an opportunity.
Exactly.
And now you post 1,000 videos and you have the opportunities in your lap.
Yeah.
That's very true. It's very, you're right.
It's that, yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. And it's just interesting. And so what do you think, kind of as we wrap this up, what do you think is important for older adults like myself? Younger, older adults. We're going to say it like that. Yes. It's important to know about your generation, because here's the other thing, right? Now, you aren't in this situation. You're an entrepreneur. But we're starting to be the managers, if you will, or like leaders in the workplace of folks who are in your age. And it's a very different experience. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very different. There are some days I am just like, man, I love being around y'all. And then there are some, it's like, how?
Whoa.
What's going on here? And I'm sure there were people that said that about me when I was that age. But what would you say it was important for people to unlearn regarding this generation, your generation, and especially people who are leading them in any kind of capacity? That could be at work, that could be at church, that could be a family, that could be however.
I would say, I think unlearning assumptions is important.
Mm-hmm.
I think you kind of said something along those lines. So like trusting that they are like fully getting over the fact they do not have the same life that you did.
Yeah.
At all.
Getting over it. Yeah.
You still have wisdom to like impart from your life, but really understanding this does not look at all like what you went through, or what your grandparents went through. This is different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think, just not assuming. I think really being open to communication. I've had people who, really respect and listen to my voice, and I've had people who do the exact opposite. So I think having, real leaders who are willing to listen to what we have to say, and understanding that we know a lot more about the kids coming up now than they do in some ways. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So, I mean, I'm having some students come in and I can just tell they're anxious, and I'm like, oh, your little brain. I just want to hug your little brain. But I'm like, their parents are just like, well, can you just stop being ADD? And I'm like, well, you know, so I think, not to say that isn't there, but maybe if they didn't have as much information, they wouldn't be that way. So, yeah, I don't know. I think unlearning that, and just being open, being empathetic, being, willing to try things a new way, and being willing to let us fail too, I think is important.
Oh, that's good.
I think a lot of people are like, that's the wrong way to do it. That's the wrong way to do it. And
I'm like, that's good, Savannah. Oh, that's good.
Let me try it. And if we fail, we'll do it a different way.
That's really good.
So, yeah.
I really hope people heard that. I think that's so good. Oh, and it's good for me to hear that, because I struggle with that. Like I definitely would have to like hold my tongue, like, hey, hold on. You know, it's like, no, just let them, you don't want to let them, destroy themselves. Right. But let them fail, let them fall, and then just be there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You good. Let's get back up. Let's do it again. Right. I think that's so important for older people to hear, is you gotta let people fail. It's the only way. It's the way you learn. It's the way I learn. You can't. You're not gonna. I heard somebody, Kev on stage, talk about this in a podcast not too long ago, and it's like nobody. When people watch game film, they don't watch the touchdowns. Nobody learns from touchdowns.
Nobody.
Nobody. You don't do that. And it's like, yeah, man, nobody learns from touchdowns. You stare at when you screwed up. But if you never let people do that, they'll never grow. Like, Man, that's so good. That's so good. Anything else? What else? No assumptions. Let people fail.
We're gonna create it just like a pitch deck for y'all to read.
Okay. Yes. Oh, please. Yes. I love that. Oh, that's so good.
Send it out to everyone. I don't know if there's much else. Listening is like your best friend, I think, when it comes to our generation.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's good. I do want to call back to something you said about younger kids, when a Gen Alpha, I think is what they're calling them now.
Yeah, sure. I've lost.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but you teach them. And I love what you said, like, we know and can understand them a little bit more. And that anxiety piece is a real connecting point that even people my age aren't as, I mean, I find myself anxious, but I also find myself more equipped to deal with that. In a way that is, well, I'm not living in it. Like it's not a consistent, response. Where at least where I am in my life right now. But also my brain has not been wired with the things that y'all's brain has been wired with. And so that connection is really cool and important. And what you're like, for parents, it's like, would you just stop? It's like, hey, honestly, sometimes it's hard. Like, it's anxiety. It may not be ADHD. It may not be, it could just be anxiety. And that's something I think a lot of people need to be aware of. Like, so yeah, I just think that's important to call back. Like, it's not something I've necessarily thought about. And all the jitteriness, it's like, what's happening? Like, wow. Why are we so much? But it's because the brain just can't slow down. It can't slow down.
It cannot slow down.
That's man. Yeah. I love that. And I love that you are able to help kids to manage that, even in the time that you're with them. Because you understand that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so tell people where they can connect with you and find you and buy your music and all that stuff.
You can find me on savannahbrister.com, SAVANNAHBRISTER. And I'm on all the socials. You can just look up my name, find me. I just dropped an album. Y'all should go listen.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
We did talk about anxiety.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yes, y'all. If y'all have not heard Savannah, her voice is butter. It's beautiful. Like, I remember first time hearing her sing, I was like, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm gonna say it. First of all, what white girl sings like this? That's first thing. That's first thing I thought, honest to God. Who are you? And secondly, she's 17. Like, when I don't know who this chick is, but somebody needs to come get her. Savannah is bad, y'all. She's bad. And so I absolutely, and she, as you can tell, she's just an amazing person. Y'all go support her. And I hope you heard her when it comes to this kind of engagement with this younger generation. We gotta unlearn who they are for real. Like, and really just like, hey, and be able to support in the ways that they need support, not in the ways we think support should be. And that's I think something that is important for us all to unlearn as we're navigating this. So thank you, ma'am, for being on the show again.
Thanks for having me.
This was a great conversation, and thanks everybody for listening. And until we come back together, let's keep unlearning together so that we can experience more freedom. Peace.